Hello anime lovers, welcome to Anime Feed. The best way to make animations more memorable and more enjoyable is to create awesome battle scenes. Regardless of the anime genre, a large percentage of what we really remember in anime, other than the great story, are its epic fight scenes. You might prefer sword fights over fireballs, or gunfights rather than crazy magical powers. Listing the top 10 anime girl fighting scenes is a very difficult task, simply because of the huge amount of epic fights we have already seen. So, now in this list we will show you the best fights that have impressed me personally. In the number 10, we have Len vs Pitahui from Sword Art Online Alternative. There was no shortage of SAO action this year, but the one who ultimately ended up hitting the bullseye was none other than the adorable pink gunslinger. Facing off against psychotic rival player Pitahui and obsessive former comrade M, Len manages to pull off what might be the greatest video game kill of all time. With her trusted P-chan by her side, the pint-sized avatar is able to outwit, outmaneuver and outgun her wily foe before claiming victory. Take note Kirito, that's how it's done. In the number 9, we have Sarada vs Chocho. Episode 225 of the series is titled, Showdown Between Best Friends, and just as the title suggests, it focuses on the fight between Sarada and Chocho. The two of them struggle with fighting one another at first as Sarada realizes that she's been subconsciously holding back her full strength in the fight against her friend. Chocho knows she wants to advance to the next level, but had been holding back slightly against her friend as well. It wasn't until the both of them realized this that the two of them finally decided to go all out in order to try and win the fight. In the number 8, we have Ryuko vs Satsuki from Kill la Kill. Hey, sisters fight all the time, though you'll likely never see a sibling showdown as electrifying as this. Both armed with their Kamui, the rebellious firecracker trades blows with the Academy's undisputed Ice Queen, decimating everything around them in the process. While Satsuki's lack of shame and single-minded determination allowed her to initially kick Ryuko to the curb, Homegirl eventually found her footing, allowing herself to fully accept Senketsu's power. It's kind of shocking they didn't destroy the whole school with this little tussle of theirs. And in the number 7, we have Cosette and Takt vs Black Stone from Takt Op Destiny. Takt Op Destiny is a collaboration between MAPPA and Madhouse, two studios known for their incredible art and animation. This fight, which takes place at the beginning of the series, does a great job of establishing how dangerous the D2 are, while also displaying the sheer beauty of the method that Takt and Cosette use to fight. In the number 6, we have Akame vs Esdeath from Akame ga Kill. The Empire has been decimated, the members of Night Raid have been killed, and all that remains are two broken-hearted warriors with nothing left to lose. Following on from Tatsumi's sacrifice, Akame goes all out to bring down the psychotic Jaeger, to the point where she unleashes the double-edged sword that is her imperial arms. Ultimately, the two are brought to near ruin, with Esdeath choosing to die with her beloved Tatsumi, obliterating the pair of them in ice. It's a solemn conclusion with no real winners, just one broken survivor. In the number 5, we have Vivi vs Elizabeth from Vivi Fluorite Eyes Song. Vivi Fluorite Eyes Song was certainly the dark horse of spring 2021. The show was co-written by ReZero's author Tappei Nagatsuki and produced by Studio Wit, but somehow wasn't able to get the popularity it deserved. The fight between Vivi and Elizabeth happened in episode 4 and the hand-to-hand combat choreography in this was mind-blowing. What made it even more impactful was the emotional climax of the arc that happened through this fight. The music helped elevate this fight to the next level. In the number 5, we have Homura vs Mami from Puella Magi Madoka Magica the movie. There are gun battles, and then there's this. While the lack of Kyoko is a tad disappointing, there's no arguing that this unexpected firefight is mind-blowing. After recognizing that her reality is nothing more than an illusion, Homura finds herself in the crosshairs of her fellow magical girl, who fears she's gone off the deep end. What follows is a staggeringly beautiful dance of death. With Mami's endless supply of rifles combined with Homura's time-stopping trigger, it's not long before bullets are soaring through the air in slow-mo. In the number 3, we have Sakura vs Shin Uchiha from Boruto. Sakura never really got a chance to show off her strength in Naruto, at least, not to the extent that the rest of her team did. But in her showdown against Shin Uchiha, she gets to show what she's made of. She's dodging explosives at lightning speeds, and hurling pillars at the phony Uchiha. They're nothing. One thing is clear, Sakura is not going to sit back and let anyone mess with her family. And in the number 2, we have Elma vs Toru from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid S is the first anime that Kyoto Animation has made since the unfortunate arson incident that happened in 2019. KyoAni fans were beyond happy to see the studio come back so strong and are impressed to see how much effort they put into this show. This fight scene stunned many fans with its high-quality animations and the unnecessary hype that went around it. Like Elma and Toru, KyoAni goes all out when it comes to the quality of their animations, and this fight scene alone shows the love and care they put into their anime. In the number 1, we have Rider vs Saber Alter, from Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel. Fate's animation is usually on point, and this conflict between Rider and Saber Alter is no exception. After being corrupted, Saber is no longer on the side of good, which means that Rider has to defeat her in order to protect others. Both emotionally resonant and gorgeously rendered, this fight is one Fate fans shouldn't miss. There are a lot of cool anime girl fights and picking 10 is just a tough job to do. We hope you enjoyed what we mentioned in this video. If you have some anime in mind, please write them in the comments section below and we may discover a great anime from you guys. See you later in another video.